So I finally did it. I did it. I finished Guild by Raven Elise. All 6 books. It took a while. I think it was about a month, and I read 2 other books in between that. So yeah, it was a good series. The Plated Prisoner series. Now it's labeled as a dark fantasy, and I think the reason that it's labeled as a dark fantasy is because it does have trigger warnings, such as there's this syndrome where people are in love with the person that abuses them. It has that. It does have some dark sexual, but whatever floats your boat. But I really enjoyed it. I would give the series a 4. I think I would read it again, but only read some books, not all of the books. So I enjoyed all of the books, but number one was a little difficult for me because of, as I mentioned before, the romance. Well, the and you get what I say when I say romance, was at the beginning of the book instead of it being more fantasy oriented. As we get further into the series, it becomes more fantasy oriented, more world building. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 is because I wanted more fantasy. Now, for me, a book that is a 4 is a good, excellent book. A book that's a 5 is something that I would read again. So, because I gave it a 4, it's excellent. It's excellent. So, 5 is exceptional. So now I have an arc that I am reading. It is called No Good Deed. Let me see who this is by. I don't know who this is by. Catherine Koviak, I believe it is. No Good Deed. This book, I really like this book so far. I started reading it last night. The only thing I don't like about arcs is that you can't turn them. I have the color soft, and with the arcs, you can't turn them dark. Okay. So when I read at night, if my husband's in the bed with me or somebody, is in the, it, it's still on the the bright screen. Okay. But the reason I really like this to begin with is because the main character is 60 years old. And this is an issue with the book world. A lot of the characters, a lot of the main characters are 20 years old, especially as you get more into romance. That's what I think I'm going to focus on, writing things that are more middle aged. Because a lot of us, I mean, you get past the 20s and, things, and a lot of the decisions or that a 20-year-old would make, I wouldn't make that necessarily. It's good to read people that are, in the 30s and 40 age range. But so I'm really enjoying it. It seems like a murder mystery to me. So the second book I'm going to read is Keeper of Lost Children. I'm going to be reading that. And I'll also be reading Dear Debbie by Sadiqa Johnson. It really bothers me when people say her name wrong. Even though I know her name is difficult to say, or maybe somebody ever never seen her name before. But Sadiqa Johnson, Keeper of Lost Children. Let me see if I can pull her up. And also, so I have the online book club that I'm reading is for Sadiqa Johnson, and then under Brindy on Fable. She is an excellent. When I started getting back into watching vlogs, she was one of the people that I watched. And then hers is on Fable. And then Frida McFadden Dear Debbie, and everybody says it's really good. So, Miss Dear Debbie, we all know that's a murder mystery. So we're gonna go through that, and that is on my community um, book club. I'm still reading The Reaping by Suzanne Collins, the one about why can't I think of his name? I cannot think of his name. I call him Woody Harrelson because that's his name on the Hunger Games. So it is really good. It is so sad. I'm gonna read it. I need to read it with my eyes because hearing something for me is not as deep as reading it. When I learn, I have to write things down and read it back to myself. So I hear it, I write it down, and then I read it back to myself, and that's how I obtain the knowledge. But yeah, really loving it. I did something different to my hair today, y'all. So it's growing out, and you know, it is doing what it does. I just let my hair be. I don't know if any of you other are natural, whether you're no matter what kind of hair you have, wavy, curly, what coily. The way that I learned to let my hair grow was just to let my hair be. When I had relaxers and was straightening constantly, it really affected my hair growth. But now that I just let it do what it does, she grows like a weed. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for the remaining of the month. Just read those books. I'll probably come back to you guys maybe sometime later this week, if not next week, and tell you guys how I'll be done with at least one of those books. But I really enjoyed the fantasy, the plated series, but I think the next series that I'm gonna read is probably either I want to read the Wheel of Time series. I want to get back into I think it's called high fantasy, where it's less romantasy and more of the actual world. I enjoy reading about different places and different worlds, and I really like romance, but I want to know the why and the history of it. So I look forward to talking to you guys next week in books. I hope you guys have a great middle of the month. So y'all, we are at the Goodwill. I'm having a good hair day today. There's a lot of humidity in the air, and she is big. But we are at the Goodwill, and everything is getting in here, but it's okay. Um, I hate recording in the Goodwill, but I just want to go in there and see what they have because it's hard for me to pass stores and not just stop. And since I was at Walgreens, why not?
And make an immediate impact in your community. Every donation you make helps Goodwill lift individuals in need out of poverty. Help us provide no-cost career service.
Hey, I'm back, you guys. It's been the end of the week, and I'm coming back with another video. Now, I did get some new glasses. I'm gonna take these glasses off in a minute because I can't stand that ring that y'all can see. But I did get some new ones. I noticed that a lot of the glasses are a lot bigger now. But I wanted to show them to you guys. I don't read with my glasses on. I see them, I use them for far away, like looking at the TV or going to the movies. Which, by the way, we did go to see Hail Mary this weekend. It was very good. Ryan Gosling really outdid himself playing that role, especially being by himself. A lot in the role. I don't know if any of you have read the book. I haven't read the book, but the book did put me in the mind of Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid because it dealt with space and someone that is bright beyond belief, like super, super smart, Um, and then it also reminded me of Castaway with Tom Hanks when he was on that island and he had the ball and he was talking to the ball and that was his friend. But I enjoyed it. My daughter fell asleep. My husband, he said it was all right. He was like, it's all right. But I enjoyed it. I think it was probably a better. When you're by yourself, there's only so much you can communicate to others, and I think he did an excellent job. But I think that it would probably be better to read the book first and then watch the movie because you would have more of a deep emotion about, hey, this is what he's doing, this is why he's feeling this way, blah blah blah. But it was a packed theater, so I hope that it does really well in the box office. Now, I came back to tell you guys a little bit about what I've been up to. So, I just want you to know. Sorry, I turned away from but I lied. I lied to y'all. Because I did not read. Um, I really, really wanted to read this book, The Keeper of Small Children. However, um, Keeper of Lost Children by Sadiqa Johnson. But the reason why I didn't read it is because I got two books that came in from Libby. The first one was Mate by Ali Hazelwood, and the second one was The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. I've never read anything of hers. I have read Ali Hazelwood. It has great spice. It has great character. She's another one that is, you can tell she's very intelligent by the way she writes. Even if it's lots of smut or whatever, you can just tell that she's an intelligent woman. So, I have The Conditions of Will. It came in. So, sometimes when you try to get a book right away on Libby or it's the first year the book came out, it can be quite daunting to have to wait 6 months for a book. But if you read the book the next year, yeah, you're not talking about it with everybody else while everybody else is reading it, but you're having your own enjoyment to get the book in 2 weeks. So I haven't read that, but I did read Mate by Ali Hazelwood. And I'm sorry. Yeah, Mate by Ali Hazelwood. So I really enjoyed this. She never disappoints for me. Like, I've read some books that, their preferences wasn't my cup of tea, but I still enjoyed the book. So it's about this. It's a continuation of Bride. So it's about the other characters in the book, in the Bride book. So it's about the best friend Cohen and Serena. Serena is a werewolf, if you remember from the first book. So it's about her basically coming into her own as a werewolf and her understanding things about being a werewolf. And also, there's a romantic interest there. I really like the found family aspect of the book and all the spice. Excellent, great. So, there were some. How did I get out of that? So, this is one thing about this Kindle thing that I'm still learning. Thank you, Color Stay. Book completed says. Okay, before you go. Okay. Okay. So there were some aspects of the book that I just really loved. Um, so there were some. I really like a man who really knows what he wants and is very confident in himself and can, you know, help build up a woman. And that is what I feel like the main male character had. And said he easily reassigned resigned himself to a lifetime without her. But simply put, he is unwilling to contemplate a universe in which she no longer exists. And if someone had given me a piece of paper and asked me to list everything I liked, everything I dreamed of, everything that I was sure would make me happy, would have been the final product of it. I love it. So I love that. I finished reading that, so I'm going to read Ajasa Hastings' Condition of Will. That'll be the first time I've ever read anything by her. And then I had an opportunity to, y'all know, now I'm not the type of person that likes to spend a lot of money. I don't know if you noticed by watching my videos. That's not me. But it's hard for me to pass up something that's $1, $2, or $3. So this was free. Yes, it's dog-eared, but it was free. Free 99. Our library has a little bin that people can give away books if they're throwing away a book because yeah, they're throwing away a book, which it looks like they were because look at how it looks. So they put it in there. I picked it up. So Red Rising series. I don't know too much about it going in. It looks like it's what do you call it? A series. Oh my goodness. She says, I live for a dream that my children will be born free. That we will be what they like. That they will own the land their father gave them. I live for you, I say, sadly. Then you must live for more. One thing I can say is Black History Month did just pass, and that sounds a lot like Black History. But I'll let you know what I think. If you have read the series, let me know. This is called A Perfect Story. The night he met her, she had just thrown away her whole life. I believe it's a romance. New to me author Elizabeth Benavent. So this is an international best-selling author. Sometimes I pick up international books. I got this at Dollar Tree for $1.50. Sometimes I do pick up international books because I like to see how people that are from other places of the world relate to the world. You know, I love being American, but I also, by the way, I'm American. I also, you know, there's other places outside of America, and there's other way of looking at life, and you know, she's from Valencia, the author. So Spain. So I'm really looking forward to this. And it looks like it's dual point of views. So it has her point of view and then it has his point of view. I really like that because you get both sides of the story. There's always two sides to every story. Okay. I don't buy a lot of books by Mia. I just want you to know that I don't. In the Face of the Sun by Denny S. Bryce. He also wrote Wild Women. Oh, this is a woman, by the way. This is a woman. She also wrote Wild Women and the Blues. She's won the Romance Writers Award, Women's Fiction Awards. So she's done quite a bit. And this has book club questions in the back. and it's about African American elite in the 1928s, and it also goes to the time of 1968 in Chicago. Um, so this was also at the Dollar Tree for $1.50. Check it out and see how it was. And I don't know if you guys know who the Cedric Kyles is. It's called Flipping Boxcars. Now this right here, I don't know too much about it, but I did get it. It's a hardcover. I'm not really, I like softbacks better. I like a book to be able to fit in my purse and be comfortable. Like I can fit it in my purse. And this is about as large as I carry. So this is my current purse. So if I can fit it in my purse, it's okay. But if I can't fit it in my purse, um, it will be one of those books that is read slowly. He also wrote it with Alan Einstock. So, yeah, I did pick it up because it is written by him. And, you know, I just wanted to see. He's hilarious to me, so I was just interested in seeing what it was about. And I like a lot of black writers, and another thing I gravitate towards is minority writers. Minority writers, black authors, indie writers. So like people not writing on the mainstream, that type of thing. Okay, so this one right here is Sounds Like a Plan, and it's written by two people, Pamela Samuels Young and Dwayne Alexander Smith. She's an attorney, and he is a screenwriter for 40 Acres. I've seen some of their work. It is a murder mystery book. So there you go. It sounds good. I mean, it's not super chunky. It is, let's see here. And this is written by African American writers as well. So, okay, we need a page number here. It's not giving page numbers. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me. 292. Plus, this does have, I think they wrote something else. And so their second book, they have a little excerpt from that in there. I don't know if I showed this to you guys before, but I was trying to get my books on my bookshelf. And so if I have, I just sincerely apologize. Like I said, I do like to read about, even though it says Jamie Ford, I don't know if Jamie Ford. Yes, he's a great grandson of Nevada mining pioneer Min Chung, who immigrated from Hoping, China to San Francisco. The many daughters of Afong Moy, I think that's how you say it. So he is a New York Times bestselling author. It does have that. The Jenna Award. All of these, like Reese, if I see it, I'm like, oh, let me pick this up. This was at the Dollar Tree for $1.50. And I'm here for her. And I picked her up, and yeah, I'm interested. I did see some books recently. Lisa C. and who else was it? Lisa C. I do like Amy Tan. And there's some other writers that I do like as well that are in the Asian community. But Lisa C has one about the tea house. I really like that. The tea company. I really like that. And it's like a family business and things like that. And it has a good ending. I would read that again. But I do not like reading books. I will read the first time. Great book, But for me, a top five, which for the book to be a top five for me, the book has to be a book that I would read again. And I don't like to be depressed. So, and I don't like, so I read that the one time, be like, oh, this is a great book, but do I really want to cry again? Or, you know, so I won't read it a second time. Sorry. I'm going to put those on my bookshelf. And I guess I'll just get to reading Justa Hastings, The Conditions of Will. I did also download The Close Up with Kennedy Ryan. So I do plan on reading that. I got it on, it is currently on Kindle Unlimited. Look at that cover. Now, one thing I do, and I'm trying not to be long-winded with this video, but when I was growing up, there were a lot of covers that had, Caucasians, white people like this on the cover. We were like, ooh, whatever. But there were none of black people. I just think this is beautiful. Like, it's something different. Like, for us, I just speaking as a black woman and the people that I know, for us to, with all the struggles we have to find black love and to be in love is just amazing. So I do want to read that. I also need to finish No Good Deed, so I plan on reading that as well. I am not going to finish all these books by the end of March. The Conditions of Will is next, and probably No Good Deed. The Keeper of Lost Children, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to wait till, because I paid my money for that, so it's still on my Kindle, and it's not using Kindle Unlimited space. So I'm good with it. So yeah, you guys let me know what you're reading. And today I was totally tired. I spent all night at the hospital with my husband. And I also had a lot to do today, cleaning and everything, and then at the hospital again. So I am coming to you with a muumuu and a scarf. My grandmother would roll over. She would roll over. But you know what? I look back at the times when I was growing up and the times that I felt like they were the most beautiful, and it was the times that I saw them in the muumuu, in the scarf. Those are the times that I remember the most, in the kitchen cooking, singing songs, cleaning, hugging, loving on us as kids. So I hope you guys enjoyed this time with me with my muumuu on. And I'll look forward to you in the next video.